Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here talking about my workout split for the month of March 2018, and I want to go ahead and continue doing the same sort of setup of videos that I've done in the past when it comes to my workout splits. So meaning we'll talk about the month of February as a whole, how the month went for me, and then kind of a little bit of a preview of what March is. These videos are a little back-asswards, I guess we could say, in the sense that I really don't do a lot of focusing about the actual workout split because I do follow a pretty serious and already inclusive regime, which I'll link down below if you guys are interested in signing up for Spotebi. I don't necessarily talk so much about the actual workouts themselves, only because I just feel that it doesn't necessarily do a lot of justice for Spotebi or also for myself to kind of be like, this is what each workout is. But more so, this has been a video log of the journey of my fitness routine and my fitness journey, my weight loss journey. So if you guys like the way that these videos are set up, please let me know in a comment below. But if I don't hear any complaints, I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing them the way that I've been doing them. The month of February was in all surprising to say the least. I think that if you guys will recall in the February workout split video, which I will post down below, my main objective was to start the weight loss workout program through Spotebi, which I've completed all but 3 days worth of workouts, and that was because 2 of which were due to conflicts in scheduling, and another one was due to a really massive snowstorm that happened to hit central New York the 3rd day into the regime. My goal was to complete as many workouts as I could in the weight loss program, as well as starting a 5K running routine and also to lose 3 to 5 pounds. So the weight loss routine was a lot easier than what the jumpstart was that I completed in January. And these workouts, again, it's the same rotation of doing arms, core, and leg every 3 days, 6 days a week. When it came to the weight loss regime, I felt very confident each week that the workouts were getting easier, that they weren't getting harder, and in general, I felt really good about the workouts. However, when it came to the running portion of the month, it was awful. My running routine turned into Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, starting a routine where it was running for 30 seconds and then walking for 3 minutes and doing that rotation 6 times. And then the next week would have been running for 60 seconds and taking a 3-minute walk break every 5 cycles. And as it kept going on, I felt like I said myself getting stronger, but by week 3, I really struggled because I wasn't necessarily so focused on the running. I felt myself dreading it, which made me not want to work out, which kind of compensated for the other workouts that I was doing for the month. And I realized to myself that if I was doing just the 5K training, where if I was going to the gym 3 days a week and only running on those 3 days for the half hour or whatever, that would have been fine, and I think I would have really been able to commit myself to the running routine so that way I wouldn't, overstress my body. I struggled immensely when it came to aches and pains this time around, where to the point that I had to start muscle rolling. My muscle roller is right over here and I'm just looking at it screaming because I need it. It was a lot more physical than what it would have been if I were just to do the weight loss regime, which I decided that going forward, because this is a 12-week program, I am not going to keep continuing to do the running portion of it at the magnitude that I was. As I will continue to say, I have to listen to my body, and if I know that this is causing my body pain, obviously I have to stop. It's not to say that in the future I won't become a runner, where in the hindsight of I'll focus strictly on a 5K training regime, but for right now, I just really want to focus on the weight loss portion, really sticking to that and really putting in my best efforts that way, because that is a total body workout. And for me, that's what my goal was, is to lose however many pounds. I said, I think it was 30 to 40 pounds for the calendar year. I really want to kind of just stick to that, doing a total all body thing. With time, the weight will fall off, which running will get easier, especially if I am building up my cardiovascular endurance. But for right now, there's just no way that I could keep continuing to do both. So with that said, I'm a little disappointed that I can't keep going on with the running regime, but again, I have to listen to my body, and I have to understand that it's, you know, it's a hard thing to compete for a 5K. And like I said, there's not like I'm signing up for one, and it's not to say that, like, I don't know, maybe I find one in September that I want to do, and once the weight loss program ends, that I can't start another 12-week program where I start running. Right now, I just kind of have to focus on the goals that I've already established for myself. I said that I wanted to do the weight loss program. I'm going to go ahead and keep continuing to do the weight loss program. And as I even said in that February workout split, that was not going to be a main concern of mine. Like, if I couldn't complete the running portion of it, well, c'est la vie. But being that I am much more determined and I'm having better results doing the full body, then obviously I'm going to stick with that. And I had one really bad workout where I was really discouraged after the fact that what happened was, it was one of the workouts that was a lower body workout day, and that ended up falling on a running day. So I did my warm up, I did the leg workout, crushed it by the way, and I went to go start running. And what ended up happening was, it was like something where it was like running for 1 minute and 30 seconds and then walking for 3 times 5. So I'm running for about like 22 and a half minutes. Running for 22 and a half minutes, and I started the clock on the treadmill, and I ended up like screwing it up. And because like I was so haphazardly wanting to do this workout, it completely messed up my train of thought, which completely then derailed me, where I ended up not even finishing the workout because I was so discouraged to myself, because I was in pain, because this was supposed to be getting easier with each day, and it wasn't. And, you know, it's hard to go from not running at all to trying to run 1.5 minutes every 3 minutes. And, you know, it's discouraging, but that I think it only means that in the future, that's just gonna make me want to work harder. The confidence that I had back in September, you could totally see coming back again. I felt more confident about myself. My clothes were fitting better. I felt more comfortable taking fashion risks, in the sense of like clothes that I would wear out in public and to work. And I felt more composed in the sense of how I looked, where sometimes like you'll put something on and you just feel absolutely frumpy. I wasn't having that as much. I still have those moments for sure. I was going shopping. I didn't hesitate twice to try clothes on, because I was being smarter about spending money on clothes that ended up fitting me well, things that were gonna work in my wardrobe, and things that I just felt good in. So I felt myself kind of just grow into this person, and even so much where Ryan and I ended up going to Portsmouth, New Hampshire one weekend that I went to go see him, and he was taking photos of me. And I remember like before, whenever anybody would take a photo of me, like a candid photo or something, I just felt so self-conscious about like how my body looked. I will insert those photos here. You could just see the confidence and the way that I was feeling myself. And, you know, I hadn't felt that in a really long time, if ever. And, you know, being that I still have a long way to go, and feeling that confidence, that's an incredible feeling. To weighing myself in, I started weighing myself more daily, where in January I think I only weighed myself maybe 3 times, and in those 3 times like I was so fixated on the number. But I started weighing myself not every day, but like maybe every other or third day. And when I was weighing myself, I saw the number staying consistent to the point where the numbers were going down consistently. But if say I had a bad night of eating or a bad day of eating, the number wasn't fluctuating like up by 3 pounds or down by 2 pounds. It was relatively within the same window bracket, which happened to be that 3 to 5 pounds that I wanted to lose for January, which I ended up not losing for January, but ended up losing for February. So I, you know, felt more confident in that way, and understanding that you can't weigh yourself every day because you will become fixated on those numbers. When, say, the weekend that I went to go see Ryan, he and I really didn't take a lot of consideration into my calorie count. And that wasn't because I didn't want to, it was just we were busy doing things and I didn't have time to log every single thing in. Making semi-conscious decisions about what I was eating totally besides the steak stick that I ate when we went to Lowell, but that's besides the point. But yeah, I really felt that I was making better choices. I wasn't absentmindedly eating as much, though March is going to be one hell of an issue because my 25th birthday is in March, and not that I'm like planning on going out or celebrating or having a big to-do for my birthday. Also Easter time, which my biggest downfall is Cadbury mini eggs. Like, I've already bought a bag, ate it. I already bought 2 other bags and they've been staring at me, and I just really need to learn to just portion control myself. But again, it's your birthday month, so treat yourself, I guess. When it comes to March, the plan is to continue to do that Spotebi weight loss program, which is going to be segment number 2 of 3. And I will be sure to link the weight loss program down below for you guys. So if you want to purchase it or check it out, you guys can. And I think I'm expecting more of the same. Knowing that I am not making myself do the running routine, I feel already a lot more confident about when it comes to my workouts, because I was dreading it so much, and while doing it I just had a really hard time with it. I feel much more better knowing that it's like, okay, I'm not dedicating an extra half hour at the gym where I'm gonna be hating myself. Like, I can actually really invest all of my time into the workouts that I am doing. When it comes to my goals for March, it's kind of more of the same. Instead of using the 10-pound hand weights, I want to make the jump up to 12.5, which was my PR back when I was really into my fitness. So I want to get back to that level. 10 pounds, they've been easy, but I'm ready. I'm kind of ready to make the jump to 12. The workouts, they've been not getting easier, but I feel that I could start challenging myself more using the 12.5-pound hand weights at Planet Fitness. And I'm excited because Planet Fitness, at least my Planet Fitness, has started using more medicine balls and like exercise balls, and maybe with the next segment those will be more common occurrences when it comes to my routines. But needless to say, I want to make the jump to 12.5 pounds for my hand weights, and I also want to continue to lose the weight, so 3 to 5 pounds, bringing the year total to 9 to 15 pounds. As of right now, being that this is still it's not the middle of February, but being that this is the end of February, I'm not done with the routine just yet, so I haven't really gave myself the final weigh-in, but I will be sure to link the final weigh-in on my blog, which you guys can check out, where I will post a full breakdown of talking about what's in this video, talking about some of the different routines and stuff in the workout, and just in general what is to be expected. So I'll be sure to link the final weigh-in for February at the blog. You guys can check that out at Life with Sarah or at sarahlock.com, 2 H's, 2 K's, and I will link all my social media profiles down below too, so you can follow this journey over on any of those. Off the bat, that one weekend I will not be able to do a workout because I'm going to Boston for St. Patrick's Day. I know that I'm probably not going to want to work out on my birthday, but I kind of have to persevere and give myself the gift of good health and do that. I know I'm gonna have a lot of friends that are gonna want to go and do things and like, oh, let's go grab a drink for your birthday, or let's have cake, or let's whatever, and I just kind of have to learn to not say no, but do in moderation. So thank you guys again so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. Feel free to leave comments of inspiring words, your journey that you're going on, or whatever else the case may be. If whatever else you want to see in these videos as well too. Again, this isn't really a huge, like, being that the gym has been a huge part of my life, it's kind of like nice and refreshing to see people, you know, acknowledging it. And if there's certain things you want to see in these videos, please let me know in a comment. If you're on a journey, please also let me know in a comment, so that way we can kind of motivate each other and push each other so we can reach our fitness goals. So yeah, with that said, thank you guys again so much for watching. It's truly appreciated. Take care. Love you always. And until next time, we'll see you guys later. Bye.